thought I'd give you guys a tour of the homemade pop-up camper I made. You can check a link in the description for a slideshow of the actual process of construction, but I'll take you through it here. So I got a couple access doors on the side here. This is my air compressor for air and backup of tires. Pretty handy. Over on this side, of course, I got the water filler. Just using the torque lift tie downs. I homemade the tie down attachments. Over here, the front ones. I kind of made a homemade a similar, pretty popular one on the market. I kind of looked at and made my own. I got these cheap LED floodlights. I've had them on another truck for a couple years and they've never failed me. Work really good. Got the 6.5 foot wide ARB awning. These are attachments here for a trasheroo. I don't happen to have a spare tire on the back, so I made custom mounts to strap up that trasheroo trash bag. Quick fists for a shovel. Probably one of the most useful camping tools, as well as a recovery tool. This rack here, not only does it have a place for me to mount my bottle opener, but it's sized out that I built it to hold a couple of camping chairs, a table, folding table, and other various camping necessities. Originally this camper was on a Toyota Tundra, 2000 Toyota Tundra, and those things, as you know, have a pretty shallow bed. So what I did, I switched it over to my 2006 Dodge with its deeper bed, and I had a problem because the thing was designed for that shallow Tundra bed. So I built a drawer system into a riser, and so I got these hold downs here. A couple drawers come out now. I got one here, my ratchet straps, and then a main drawer comes out. It's a table, also pops up, carry other items. A little compartment in the back. Those are my stakes and guy lines for the awning. Put that back in. Over here, similar setup. Pop that down. Here's my tool drawer. All those annoying things it's hard to find a place for, I keep those in a drawer. I don't mind if it gets dirty because it's just kind of the tool drawer and a bungee cord storage as well. To pop it up, you just go up here, these rubber hood latches. Oh, then I got the these hinges that hold a just a 3/4 piece of EMT electrical pipe, and one on each side, another one here. And when in traveling, when it's popped down, the other one kind of just cradles in there, and they ride well. And then this is the next one. Pop that in there, and then you're good to go. So here we are inside the thing. I got my switch panel here. Turn that on to display my voltage, USB outlet, cabin lights, outdoor floodlights. Coming above that switch plate, I got storage. We usually use this for food, dry goods. Got my little way to secure it. Doesn't pop open during transit. This tray up here above it, just kind of for various things, phones, junk, lanterns, headlamps. More USBs, another 12 volt. That's my 120 hooked up to the inverter. Come across here, I got the ARB fridge. I think it's a 33 quart, I'm not sure. It's like their smaller one. And then, you know, typical ARB fridge, works excellent. And I have that strapped down here. And then here's my switch. I can actually connect the house battery to the truck starter battery. Usually not very necessary. As long as there's sunlight, the solar panel does most of the work. But it's nice to turn that on if we're just doing a big driving day to really top off that battery. There's that 100-watt solar panel. Coming up here above the fridge, I got first aid kit. You know, gotta have that. Extinguisher. Pull out clothesline for, you know, in transit, drying your wet towels, wet clothing. Here's my solar controller. Right now, charging at 1.5 amps, indirect sun. I think I might have some shade on it too, but that thing, I've seen it get up to 6 amp charging, which is excellent. Even at 1.9, that's probably enough to run the fridge, no problem. And then this little shelf up here, I keep various stuff retained in with a bungee cord. Down here, got a Portapotty. I made these little shelves above the windows, various junk, all that stuff you accumulate that has to have a home. Curtains, slider windows. I even have screen doors open for pass through. It's kind of nice. Another outlet here. Real handy. Got the this gooseneck lamp. Super handy. LED, takes basically no power. Kitchen setup. Single regular little bartender sink. And underneath, well, we got kitchen stuff, all my stove and all my kitchen utensils, pots and pans, they all fit there, and then a drawer for all my silverware, stuff like that. Now, I didn't put a stove in this thing, I just have a Coleman stove that takes those propane tanks, because I like to do my cooking outside on a table. I don't want to cook in here, it's too cramped, probably end up smelling. And then there's kind of the various junk drawer with bags, extra toilet paper. These carry a couple of these 2-gallon water containers in case we're coming through like a BLM office or campground and I need to refill my tank. It's an easy, compact way to store a vessel to carry water to refill the camper. So here's a look at the plumbing installed down below the sink. That blue handle, that's the that's the hose bib valve to the outdoor freshwater hose, the spray on the end. I got drain water hose. Usually just kind of stick it there. So here's the outdoor freshwater hose, which is really, really handy. You know, and we generally just kind of hang it somewhere on the outside, and then, you know, we're hanging outside most of the time, so that's our main outdoor water source. Then here's my shut off for my sink supply. It runs up to the sink, and this black thing here is a small gray water tank, and it's made out of 4-inch ABS, holds about 1.5 gallons, and then that goes down here to a little ball valve to the drainage hose. You just open that up and let it drain. Another very useful item for a camper. Now for sleeping, this out, slide out your other pad, pull out your sleeping bag and boom. That's where we sleep. We can turn this this bed area into a dinette. We'll back up that sleeping bag. Pull this divider out. Attach them onto these little posts. Some little stuff here. These little pins to retain the table. Don't slide around on us. Same thing with these other guys there. So there you go, you got a table here. Now, I got a couple of little secret storage areas. Pull that cushion up. My toolbox. Got a little Mr. Buddy heater. On the other side, same deal. Pull that up. Various fluids, jack, truck necessities. Okay, so let's go under here. We'll take this. This is not a hatch I regularly access on trips, so that's why it's kind of a pain in the ass. You got to take the main cushion off. It's really not a big deal. This opens up. Now I have some stuff in here, kind of blocking the view. I'll get it out of here, but for now, it's just an extra empty backpack, just in case. This pack has various kind of backup, redundant supplies like candles, lighters, batteries, flashlights, even some lifeboat food rations. I got a backup air compressor in case the other one takes a dump. And this bag, oh, that's extra clothing. Let's move these out of the way here. It's my battery, my fuse panel. It's a Blue Seas panel. I think it takes up to 12 fuses. It's a 20-gallon water tank. Then down here I got a water pump. Got here in this little bag is a manual pump. It's just a little hand pump, just in case. I like to have redundant supplies, so that's there just in case my electrical pump goes. So I built this rack. This is a great place to put firewood. We tend to stay out for a long time. We like to carry a lot of firewood with us, and generally we're in the desert. And it's sure hard to find firewood out there. So, there's a few modifications I made to the truck, and one was actually a result of learning a lesson. I cut the exhaust pipe a lot shorter than it was stock. Because in Death Valley, coming down Mangle Pass, this rear quarter panel, actually a rock came up and sandwiched the exhaust pipe against the rear corner panel. I've kind of hammered it back, but you can see the damage. So I cut that thing short. No problem since. A couple other mods. I put larger tires on it. These are 33-inch tall tires. They're 255/80s R17. I removed the air dam. Actually, a rock helped me remove it. So after hitting a rock against it, I just pulled the whole thing off and got rid of it. Another mod. This is a 32-inch LED light bar. It's a cheap bar that I found on Amazon that had good reviews, and it's pretty damn good. It doesn't have the throw of the high quality bars, like rigid. I bought a couple of rigid dually spotlights, and they're small, but they throw a ton of light. Also, on both sides of the rack, I have these cheapo floodlights like the ones on the back of the camper. Here's my switch location, light bar, spotlight, and over here my side rack lights and my rear floods. Rear floods can be operated from the cab, and there's also a switch inside the camper you can operate too. Probably the biggest interior mod I did was this thing's a bare bones Dodge. It just had a fold down, kind of a third seat between the bucket seats, and it just seemed like such a waste of space. I'm never going to carry someone in the middle, so I pulled out that seat and I built a center console. So console has a nice storage area up here. Pop this. You got kind of a tray for small things, and then that whole thing pops up here for large. And I tell you, large. This thing's probably about 10 inches deep, 16 by 16 wide. So